What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today we just got some new Mikanko cards. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell next so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out these new Mikanko cards. So first off, these cards are actually going to be released in the Tactical Tri-Pack, which is awesome because we're also getting Dark Magician support and Masked Hero support in that set, along with these new Mikanko cards. But let's go ahead and see what these cards actually do, because the Dark Magician cards were insane, and the Hero cards revolutionized heroes, so how is this going to change Mikanko? So let's go ahead and see what these cards actually do. So first off, we do have a new main deck monster, and this card looks absolutely amazing, and this card is called Mikanko Devotee, and this card is an Earth Illusion effect monster. That's awesome that it's actually an illusion. I love illusion monsters. Definitely comment down below what your favorite type of monster is. Mine is actually very quickly becoming illusion. But this card is a level 3 with 0 attack and 0 defense, just like the rest of the main deck Mikanko monsters besides Ohime. And this card has the ability you can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, you can target one Mikanko card you control and return it back to the hand. That's a very interesting effect because you can actually use this to be able to balance the equipped spells back to your hand, so you can basically use them all over again, which is actually pretty cool. For the second effect, if either player equips an equip card to this card, special summon one non-illusion Mikanko monster from the deck. Also, you cannot special summon from the X deck for the rest of the turn except for Mikanko monsters. Okay. That instantly makes this card a 3-up. That is insane because this card is basically a free e-telly by just equipping a card to this card. That is actually insane. And looking at the other new card, we're actually getting an XZ. So if it requires 2 monsters to be able to make it, and it is a rank 3, this card plus any equipped spell is actually a super easy way to make the new XZ monster. So this card's third effect is if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field and equip this card to it, which is a pretty interesting effect because I'm not sure how that's actually going to play too much into the archetype. But it is pretty neat to actually equip it to your other monsters because it will actually have an equip card equipped to it. So your different Mikanko monsters will get bonus effects, but it's not going to give them any other effects besides their own bonus effects where other equipped spells give them some really insane effects. But that's a pretty cool effect to be able to give your other Mikanko cards bonus abilities. So that's actually a pretty good effect. But definitely a 3-up in the deck to instantly give you the ability to get an additional Mikanko on your side of the field, to get any of them that you need on your side of the field, and use this card to equip your different Mikanko monsters to be able to give them bonus abilities, which is a pretty cool ability. Also, we do have a new XZ monster, and this card looks awesome. And this card is called Uzuhime, the Manifested Mikanko. And it's actually Hari and Nini on this card, which is so cool. And I really love that about this card. This card looks awesome. And I really like it's like an upgraded form for them both. But let's go ahead and see what this card actually is. It reminds me a lot of the live twin monsters where you have both of the evil twin monsters on one card, but in an XZ form instead of a main deck monster form. But let's go ahead and see what this card actually does. It might be our new boss monster for the deck. So this card is a light fairy XZ effect monster, rank 3 with 0 attack and 0 defense points. And it has the effect that it does require 2 level 3 Mikanko monsters. So the new Devotee is basically like a 1.5 card combo to be able to make our new XZ monster. But let's see if it's worth making. So for it has 3 different effects, and you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. For the first effect, if this card is special summon, you can add an equip spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's broken. That is actually broken. This card can search Snatch Steal. That's crazy. You can search Double-Edged Sword. That's crazy. You can search out any of the Mikanko equipped spells. That's also pretty crazy. For the second effect, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent takes any battle damage you have taken from battles involving this card. Okay, we're definitely searching double-edged sword with this card, so we can basically OTK our opponent. This is actually insane to be able to do. For the third effect, if this card attacks at the end of the damage step, you can detach a material from this card, and you can make a second attack in a row. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. And that is not a once per turn effect that it can get a bonus attack. Okay, so if this card attacks at the end of the damage step, you can detach a material in this card and it can make another attack in a row. Whoa. Okay, so we are just instantly summoning this out as quickly as possible now, equipping it with double-edged sword, and then attacking and attacking and attacking with this over and over and over again. That is actually insane to be able to just search out anything that you need, because if this card is special summon, you can add the equip spell that you want. Cannot be destroyed battle. Your opponent takes any battle damage you would take involving this card. So if your opponent has a monster, you just grab double-edged sword and then go in. And also you can attack like 3 times with this, because you get its initial attack, then you can detach 2 additional materials from this card every time it attacks, basically, to be able to attack, which is insane. Because if it attacks at the end of the damage step, detach your material, attack again. It's gonna have 2 materials, detach your material, attack, detach the second material, attack again. That's really, really crazy. Basically, if you bring this out and your opponent has a big monster on the field, you're probably gonna win. That's insane. That's really good. Okay, so we do have a new spell card as well. This card is actually not an equip spell, which I'm surprised it's not an equip spell. Let's go ahead and see what it actually does. So this card is called Mikanko Divine Dance. And this card is a normal spell, and you can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. So you get an either or. You either get the first effect or the second effect. So the first effect, you cannot special summon the extract for the rest turn after this card resolves, except Mikanko monsters. Also, send a Mikanko card from your deck to the graveyard, except a Mikanko Divine Dance. Then set a Mikanko spell or trap from the deck, except another copy of this card. That's a really good ability to be able to get to any of the Mikanko spells or traps that you need. Plus, it's a foolish burial for any of your Mikanko cards, and it's not even for the spells or traps. It's just anything that you want to send to the graveyard. That's actually really good, and it sets you up so much. This card is probably going to be a 3 of as well in the deck to instantly get you exactly where you need. For the second effect, you can banish this card in the graveyard, detach an XZ material from your monsters, or detach 1 XZ material from your monsters, special summoning Mikanko Ritual Monster from the hand deck. Oh my goodness. You can just instantly get Ohime to your side of the field by detaching a material from your copy of the Uzuhime, the Manifested Mikanko. Okay. So yes, in short, this has revolutionized Mikanko. We are now locked in to play just Mikanko because we have 2 cards in this archetype now that completely lock you into using Mikanko cards. It's amazing. All 3 of the support cards are really good. And probably 3 of, since you're probably playing Extravagance now, since we only have like 1 extra deck card. But these are amazing. These are actually amazing and just completely revolutionize the deck. We also have an alt art for Hu Li, which looks amazing, and it's a really cool artwork of this card. I'm surprised they didn't do Ohime instead though, but I do like the alt art of Hu Li because it looks really, really good, and I really like this card overall. And Hu Li is actually one of the best ones. You play like 2 or 3 in the deck, and it's just really insane. But now that we have Devotee, you might not need 3 copies of it anymore, because Devotee is the best summon in the entire deck now, because it gets you an additional monster out on the side of the field once you equip it. It turns itself into an equip spell, which is really good to be able to equip it to one other face-up monster. It doesn't turn itself into a spell, but it does turn itself into an equip for one of your other monsters, which is really good to be able to equip it to your different Mikanko monsters between your copy of Hari, Nini, or your copy of Hu Li, so they get their bonus effects, which is pretty good. And then also, this new card is just insane. This card is basically an OTK. This card is literally an OTK, where you have the ability to be able to special summon it, grab the exact equip spell that you need, which is probably going to be double-edged sword. And then after you do that, you cannot be destroyed by battle. Your opponent takes any battle damage you have taken, which is crazy. You can play Kaijus in here, hand your opponent a massive Kaiju on their side of the field, like a copy of the Star Destroying Kaiju, or your copy of the Thunder King, and then just attack into it. You can even hand your opponent a copy of Dolgran, attack into it 3 times, and they're going to lose, because it's going to be like 9,000 damage, which is insane. This card is amazing for the deck and exactly what it needed for an XZ monster, and it's really good. You're probably playing this at 3 in the extract because you're going to play Extravagance as well, because this you're already locking yourself in. So you're probably going to play like 3 Zeus, 3 Typhon, 3 of this, and then 3 of whatever else you want, and then play 3 Extravagance in the deck, which is going to be pretty good. Like, it's going to be really good for consistency. And then this card's a 3 of as well because it's a Foolish Burial and to set any Mikanko spell or trap from the deck. That's insane. And then also it's kind of sort of a ritual spell because you banish it from the graveyard and detach an XZ material from a monster that you control, and then you just special summon your copy of Ohime, which is ridiculously good to instantly get your copy of Ohime on your side of the field, so you can basically go in for a game with that. This card is amazing. These are all really good cards and really insane. This is a 3 of. Your copy of the Manifested XZ, 3 of. Also, the Divine Dance, 3 of. These are so good for the deck. These are really insane. And then also, really good alt art. Again, I really wish it was Ohime. I think that would have been a better one to be able to do an alt art of, but I understand. It's still really cool. Overall, amazing, and we're getting all sorts of reprints for this as well, which is really good. And see, look, they're even suggesting Double-Edged Sword. It's getting a reprint in this set. I literally, that's what they're like, hey, we know what you're gonna do with this. We know, come on. And then Ashoka Pillar too. Like, I think I was the one, I started doing that a lot, where you play Ashoka Pillar and it searches any equip spell. Like, that's really, really good. I think a lot of Mikanko players did that, but that's really a good card to be able to play Mikanko. Overall, really good support. Really good support. This is amazing. This is awesome, and it has amazing artwork. And then this card is just, it's game changing. These are game changing cards for the deck, and it's really cool. Also, fun fact, if you didn't notice this is actually an earth monster. So now we have earth, wind, we have an earth, Huli is a wind, Hari is a fire, which is the mouse, and Nini is water. So now we have like all the different elements, which is really neat. And I believe, I might be wrong, but I think Ohime is light, if I remember correctly. But it's actually really neat that we have all the different kind of types besides dark. So maybe eventually we'll get a dark Mikanko monster. That would be really cool. Maybe one day. So that's going to do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely tell me what you think of these cards down in the comments down below. It's basically the I smacked you, you took the damage, the deck. And that's kind of what it's kind of really leaning into now, which it kind of always was, but it was combo heavy now. But now you can just summon out the rank 3 and just go in. Like, it's very simple what it's trying to do now. Get 2 level 3s on the field, go in. The only downside is you can't just summon out Terratop and make this, which is a little bit unfortunate because it does require specifically 2 Mikankos to be able to make it, but that's very easy to do in this deck. So that's going to do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely tell me what you guys think about these cards down in the comment down below. I think they're really good, and I'm definitely going to be playing Mikanko a lot more once these cards come out. But that's going to do this one, guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.